Recently, for our Sierra Saturdays series, we finished the Quest for Glory series. While we have also done a Geek Trivia episode on it, we haven't really reviewed the series. So today we're going to take a break from movies and do a review of the video game series. I'm Ollamh, and welcome to Geek Corner Reviews, the Quest for Glory series. The series starts off with Hero's Quest, which rapidly changed after Milton Bradley filed a copyright claim. The first game was unique for Sierra. Previously, they had only really done graphic adventure games, not role-playing games. This game introduced the idea of creating a character from scratch. You got to choose between 3 character classes: a fighter, a magic user, or a thief. You were given a certain amount of skill points to spend to detail your character, even if you want to mix classes by having a thief that could use magic. From there, you were thrust into the land of Spielberg to try and become a hero. The quests were pretty much on par for other Sierra games. You had small quests and tasks to accomplish with a general overall quest. There are several problems. The son and daughter of the Baron are lost, and there's a brigand band whose leader and warlock are causing problems. Those are the primary individual quests for the game, but there's also an unlisted one. Get rid of the person causing these problems. Ultimately, the quests aren't really that difficult, though each character class has its own path. The fighter has to duke it out with people, while the thief sneaks around and uses guile. It turns out that Baba Yaga, an evil witch, is the cause of everything, but the hero gets rid of her in the end. While it was unique, this game also felt kind of blah to me. Though the skill increase aspect was interesting, you had to use the skills to get better, not spend skill points earned through experience and leveling up. The second installment saw the change of name and location. Going to the land of Shapir, the hero quests again for glory. This was another unique aspect of the series. You could bring your hero from the first game in, with all the same skills as before, and continue adventuring and developing the character. This was, in many ways, the weakest of the games. While the quests were more streamlined and are linked tighter than the first game, the area is less exciting. Most of the action takes place in the city of Shapir, and later in the sister city of Razir. The maps are large and detailed, winding streets all over the place, but there's no monsters in the cities. You can explore in the desert, but it's easy to get lost and die from lack of water. There are, again, special parts for thieves, magic users, and fighters. Places to steal from, the Wizards' Institute of Technocry, and a society for the fighters to join. You can also become a paladin, provided that you don't steal anything and keep your honor high enough. It introduces the idea of bargaining, which is based on the communication skill, and can get you a better price on items. The solutions to the quests can be unique to the character classes, but there's also a lot of times when you don't have anything to do but wait for the next event. Springing into the third game, which was added last minute, takes the player to an African-style land. It also takes the player into the point-and-click game instead of parser. This is where the game takes a big swerve. While there are new skills, the game focuses on the fighter-paladin class in a big way. There is very little for a magic user to do. In fact, magic is illegal in one city and highly discouraged in another. And there's no thieves guild or anyone to steal from, so thieves have even less to do. While you can use your different skills to solve puzzles and quests, you just can't increase some skills, such as lockpicking. It's really obvious that this game was made to fill a gap and give the fighters a time to really shine. It's a chance to broker peace between two groups and avoid war, but at the same time, it doesn't tie to the story started by the second game. In the fourth installment, they get back to giving equal focus to the different classes. There's a Thieves Guild, spells to learn, Paladin-specific quests, and more. The quests are deeper and darker than before. The humor is back and thicker than ever before as you meet a funny gravedigger and the introduction of science with an ancestor to Dr. Brain. This game ties in very closely to the second, as Atavis didn't die but was saved by his mistress, an evil vampire named Katrina. She has the plan to call up a Lovecraftian Dark One, which of course the hero prevents. We also get a dream of Arana, who died to save the town. There are plenty of puzzles to solve, and many of them could be overlooked or just flat out missed. Finally, we come to the fifth game, the ultimate quest for our hero. Heading to Samaria, our hero gets into the contest to become king. This is an ultimate for each of the classes. Thieves can become a member of a local guild and eventually become a chief thief. Wizards can grow their power thanks to dryads, and fighters can become the best of the arena. This game was really kind of an oddity because it introduced quasi-3D setting. The controls were dual. You had point and click as well as tank controls. The fighting wasn't a separate screen as it always was before. It all happens in the same environment. And the scientists are back and actually trying to destroy all magic users. Again, the game had a lot of quests and puzzles, some of which are completely missable. Each class has a lady that they can marry, but you have to understand them well and give them the right gifts. Ultimately, the hero does his job, becomes king, and everything is good for the hero and the land. And that is our review of the Quest for Glory series. Sure, it had its problems, but it is really a fantastic gaming series. It really holds up well even today. The stories and puzzles are solid. The gameplay mechanics could use a few changes, but then again, nothing's perfect. It was a challenge for the Sierra team, but they pulled off a new game style quite well. In fact, the team behind the games have gone on to make a new game, Hero U, which is very much an updated version of the series. Personally, I haven't played that yet, but from what I've seen, I can place it firmly on my to-buy list. So what do you think about this series? Have you played the Quest for Glory games? And if so, how do you feel about them in today's gaming world? Leave a comment down below, send us a tweet or a post on our Facebook page, and let's talk about it. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and don't forget to prod the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you wanna see some crazy,
Cheerio!
so lazy, then you should meet me and my friends. Even though we
Now it's telling me where the bodies are, or where the people are. I shouldn't call them bodies unless I know for a fact they're dead. Alright, you just went officially from kooky to creepy.